The first time I met Emily, I was drawn in by her wit, kindness, and the warmth in her smile. There was an instant connection between us, and before long, we were envisioning a future side by side. After 2 years together, I got down on one knee and proposed. She said yes. I truly believed I'd found the person I was meant to grow old with. But not long after we got engaged, things began to shift. It started subtly, her phone buzzing constantly. I didn't think much of it at first. I trusted her. But then I started noticing things, how she'd chuckle at messages, then hide her screen the moment I entered the room. I didn't want to be overbearing, but something in my gut told me something was off. One evening, I gently asked her, "Who's been texting you so often lately?" She paused before replying, "It's just my ex. He reached out recently." I was caught off guard. I asked why they were talking, and she just shrugged it off like it was no big deal. "We're just friends. Stop being so insecure," she said, brushing it aside. But that uneasy feeling didn't go away. I calmly told her I wasn't okay with it, especially with the way she was hiding things. That's when she laughed and said something that broke something deep inside me. "You're so easy to replace," she said. "If you can't handle it, maybe someone else will." There wasn't even a flicker of guilt on her face, just cold indifference. I was frozen. This was the woman I was planning to marry, telling me she could easily swap me out if I had an issue with her talking to her ex. I didn't argue. I just nodded and left the room. That night, I lay on the couch staring at the ceiling, wondering how it had come to this. Over the next few days, I checked out emotionally. I stopped trying. Barely spoke to her. Didn't engage in any wedding plans. She noticed, but didn't seem to care. She was glued to her phone more than ever. I realized I needed some distance to clear my head. I packed a small bag and went to stay with a close friend. I didn't tell her where I was going, and she didn't bother to ask. During that time away, I did a lot of thinking. I reflected on our relationship, on my self-worth, and on what I truly wanted in a partner. I started to see all the red flags I had ignored for far too long. Slowly, I began to rebuild myself. I returned to the gym, immersed myself in work, and reconnected with old friends I had lost along the way. I didn't speak to Emily during those 3 weeks, not once. And she didn't contact me either. That silence said more than any fight ever could. 3 weeks later, I returned, not to fix things, but to end them. When I walked into our apartment, she was sitting on the couch looking confused. "Where have you been?" she asked. I replied calmly, "I've been thinking, and I've made up my mind. It's over." Her eyes widened, and for the first time, I saw fear cross her face. She scrambled to defend herself, saying I was blowing things out of proportion, that she didn't mean what she said. But I didn't waver. "You made it clear I'm replaceable," I said. "So here's your chance to find my replacement." She was silent. I packed the rest of my belongings and walked out. Weeks later, I heard through mutual friends that her ex had ghosted her again. She'd been posting vague quotes about heartbreak and not realizing what you have until it's gone. But I didn't feel anger or resentment, only peace. I knew I'd made the right choice. Moving on wasn't instant, but it felt like freedom. Eventually, I started dating again, with stronger boundaries and a deeper respect for myself. I vowed never to let anyone disrespect or emotionally manipulate me again. Looking back, that heartbreak was a hidden gift. It revealed her true colors, and reminded me of my own worth. I didn't just leave a toxic relationship behind. I returned to the person I was always meant to be.